And we would like to welcome Mr. Hiroshi Takahashi, Director of the Financing Program Group of Global Environment Center Foundation. He will be making a presentation on financing program for JCM model projects. Mr. Takahashi, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you for your kind introduction. Okay, I think that my screen is shared, right?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so just a moment, please. All right, let me start. Okay, buenos dias and good morning. My name is Hiroshi Takahashi of Global Environmental Center Foundation, or GEC. I would like to express my gratitude for this opportunity and extend a warm welcome to all the participants here today. As an implementing organization for financing program of JCM project, we make effort to complete each project to start their operation and contribute to the pressing issue of global warming. I am willing to talk about outline of the model project and refer some key point for the project and the trend of JCM model project. I hope my presentation will be helpful for all of you having interest in the JCM. This is agenda of my presentation, which covers these items. I welcome your comment or question afterward. Then I'll start from JCM model project overview. JCM model project started in 2013. Chile signed bilateral cooperation for the low carbon partnership between Japan and joined the JCM on May 26th in 2015. Then the model project have been stacking up in Chile. This world map shows all the projects supported by JCM financing program. So I think that you could see the similar one by Shigematsu-san of Ministry of Environment Japan. So for me, this part I will refer is JCM model project, which reduces greenhouse gas emission by utilizing leading decarbonizing technology in countries which count 211. So till now, all the project of JCM financing program is 223. Among them, JCM model project dominates the number. From the beginning of opening year of 2013, JCM model project has been stacking up the number of projects every year. This figure gives you overview of the number of projects from back to front is by year, and horizontally, partner countries are in line. This includes selection of this year till now, which will pile up more toward the end of this fiscal year. Chile has been constantly adding the number of selection recent years, which shows close relationship between Chile and Japan. This is the same slide as Mr. Shigematsu, so I will skip it. And also this one. I add newly joined JCM partner countries flags. Those are Senegal, Tunisia, Azerbaijan, Moldova, Georgia, Sri Lanka, and Uzbekistan. So 24 countries have joined as JCM partner countries now. This figure shows the scheme of the financing program for the JCM project. We GEC is an implementing organization who undertakes the administrative work for the JCM model project. selected project will be able to receive financial support on the facilities or equipment with advanced decarbonizing technology for the reduction of greenhouse gas emission. The point of this scheme is to utilize finance for advanced technology and products. The finance is to be used for equipment or facility which is not yet popular in partner country due to being costly, even though it has great capability and performance to reduce emission of greenhouse gas effectively. The left part of this figure shows a conventional system or project usually focusing on minimizing initial cost and does not care much for greenhouse gas emission reduction. On the other hand, the right part, JCM model project focuses on introduction of the system that contribute to reduction of greenhouse gas emission. It finances initial cost of equipment to be competitive with referenced conventional system. So using this scheme, they can introduce system both cost advantageous and eco-friendly. The emission reduction you make will be monitored, reported, and validated, and credit is issued, which will be shared between partner country and Japan. This shows the development step of JCM model project. When developing a project, what you do first is to find a Japanese partner to cooperate with. Next presentation of JCM Global Match will be helpful for the matchmaking. Proposals can be submitted by the Japanese participant. GEC assesses and evaluates each proposed project and select project. Then they proceed to contract of finance and they are able to start their project. This is the timeline of the model project for this fiscal year started in this April. We accept proposals till end of November. We are receiving many excellent proposals, and on June 1st, we announced the result of the first selection, and on August 9th, announced the second, and September 29th, announced the third selection. So 24 partner countries have priority for the selection, but we also accept proposals for other countries who intend to join the JCM in parallel with the bilateral negotiations. This is the outline of JCM model project. Budget is 17.1 billion yen. The maximum amount of financial support per project is 2 billion Japanese yen. I will touch upon international consortium by next slide. Scope of financing is for facilities, equipment, which reduces carbon dioxide from fossil fuel consumption, and related construction cost. The selected project start from the date of notice of contract of financial support, and they need to finish installation within 3 years. About maximum percentage of support and cost effectiveness, I will refer a bit later. This figure shows a typical form of international consortium. A representative participant need to be a Japanese entity, and at least one partner participant will be a partner country's entity. Project participants are responsible for the project totally. Partner participants must own and use equipment introduced by the model project. Those equipment need to be properly operated and maintained for greenhouse gas emission reduction activity throughout the period of credit issue. Then, what kind of projects are supported by the JCM financing program? It is described in guidelines for submitting proposals, and please refer it in details. Some key points are as follows. Project must reduce energy-related carbon dioxide emission by leading decarbonizing technologies. Project contribute to realization of SDGs in partner country and comply with the relevant laws and regulations and international practices. Achieved reduction of greenhouse gas emission must be measured and quantitatively calculated and verified for issuing JCM credit. Project need to reduce emission of greenhouse gas and those must include reduction of energy-related carbon dioxide emissions. Or in instance, a project that reduces only CH4 methane, SF6, perfluorocarbon, hydrofluorocarbon, N2O is not adequate as a model project. This figure shows that methane is burned and disappear. However, at this point, it is not good enough to be a model project. For example, a boiler makes steam by the heat generated by burning methane. The steam will then be used rotating a turbine to generate electricity. And if it replaces grid power, then it could reduce consumption of electricity from burning fossil fuel, the source of carbon dioxide. This is the process that we could make a project. The model project should contribute to this sustainable development for the partner country. We review projects as they contribute to sustainable development goals. JCM model project reduces greenhouse gas emission, so basically work and good for SDGs and contribute to sustainable society. This is an example as a possible contribution of renewable energy project to SDGs for your reference. One of the main purpose of JCM is to issuing JCM credit. For the credit, first thing you do after implementing equipment is this action of MRV, or measurement, reporting, and verification. This shows the procedures we should follow for the issuance of JCM credit. VGEC also support this MRV process for participants. This is a table of applied technologies for each partner country. We divide this adding last year's new technologies. Based on the number of projects on this table, maximum financial support is limited. If proposed technology is the first one, the maximum financial support is 50% of total cost of project. They are rank cells in this chart. The rate goes down to 40% and 30% by the number of already applied technologies for each country. This is because the first one has the greatest impact in terms of diffusing of technology as it is newly introduced. This is a criterion of cost effectiveness, that is financial support versus amount of greenhouse gas emission reduction. We set this value less than 4,000 yen, about 30 US dollar. This acts as a ceiling of the budget for some project. Recently, there is a lot of proposals for certain technologies in some countries. If the number of applied technologies reaches 5 in a country, this value decreases to about 3,000 yen. And if the number exceeds 10, it diminishes to about 2,500 yen. And also, if the number reaches 20, the maximum value could be 2,000 yen. So, and this year, we added a guideline of this criterion for specific technologies of solar power and hydropower project. We set the value of them to 2,500 and 500 yen respectively to set suitable value based on the type of technologies. We consider this criterion important because we should dispatch limited budget effectively to as many projects as possible. We improve this scheme of JCM model project every year to accept variety of projects in many fields and business areas. JCM Eco-Risk scheme is one of this approach introduced in 2020, which is dedicated for leasing businesses to use this financial support conveniently. Under the uniform finance support of 10% of project cost, which is lower than the general project, the merit of this scheme is shorter obligation period of monitoring and simple document to apply easily. Again, we improve the scheme to create more opportunities for many business partners to join. Let me explain about a newly added criterion, that is business and human rights. This is listed in evaluation criteria. We are expecting the representative participant as well as partner participant to make the best possible measures to respect human rights, such as introducing human rights due diligence process to have enough dialogue with stakeholders and have responsible in the supply chain of the procurement for introduction of appropriate products. For details, there is a booklet issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Japan of this URL. GC is promoting paperless action and digital transformation. This year, we introduced a new system that enables applicants to apply electronically via the internet. IT solutions contribute to make works effectively, and we hope the system enables participants to apply more easily and more conveniently. The second agenda, From here, I will introduce the result of selection of JCM model project this year, which is still ongoing. In this tough situation of COVID-19, we are accepting many excellent projects. These are the projects for the first selection of this year. Project entity with red characters are newly selected participants. It is important to have a lot of participants for further expansion of the JCM model project. This is the result of second and third selection. Selection is ongoing, so please wait for the next selection result. Then I will briefly introduce about some of these projects. 3 projects, including this, from here, are solar power system in Chile. 6 megawatt solar power system will be installed on farmland in Maule and Nubule and provide power to grid. This thus reduces greenhouse gas emission by replacing part of grid electricity. 9 megawatt solar power system will be installed in Yungay, Biobío province and provide power to grid. Also, 9 megawatt solar power system will be installed in Eno Maule and provide power to grid. Those 2 projects are organized by Eurus Energy Holdings as Japan's representative participant. And this is a guideline for solar power module project. The project is very popular in JCM model project. It counts the highest number among variety of proposed technologies. We welcome this renewable energy project as good energy source replacing fossil fuel. On the other hand, we need to confirm that proposed technology is advanced one. So we set the condition for photovoltaic module of its conversion rate from optical to electric energy to 20% or higher. Although a lot of solar power project has been selected, there is still room to increase total performance for these systems. One potential idea is to employ battery or accumulator in the system. In the JCM model project, so far only 2 projects are selected. We would like to promote this category by making condition clear for participants applying this technology. These are the points we require for this technology. This project reduces energy consumption and emission of carbon dioxide by installing natural gas-fired high-efficiency one-through boiler in the factory where coal-fired boilers mainly have been used. So this equipment replaces such coal-fired boilers. One-through boiler could save energy greatly for its energy efficiency of almost 100%. And operating system for boilers could control appropriate number of machines due to varying demand. This type of boiler is now popular in Japan. We hope this project contributes to diffusion of this technology in factories in Chile. This is a combination system of rooftop solar power system and gas cogeneration system for the factory in Thailand. Generated power and steam are consumed in the factory. This high efficient system and renewable energy sources realize energy saving, stable energy supply. Cogeneration system is effective, especially for factory consuming good amount of heat. A 1.8 mega class organic Rankine cycle is applied to this project. And waste heat recovery power generation system is achieved by this technology and introduced to the flat glass manufacturing factory for self-consumption purpose. The system reduces greenhouse gas emission by substituting part of grid power consumption. This is 28 megawatt binary geothermal power plant project in the Philippines. There is good potential to introduce geothermal power plant for volcanic countries. This project installs 60 megawatt mini hydro power plant system in Vietnam. This type of project are applicable also in some area in Chile, I believe. This project is 20 megawatt biomass power plant in Vietnam to generate power by burning rice husks. There are still many cases of leaving husks from grain facilities that could be a cause of greenhouse gas. Instead, generating power using them in effective way for the reduction of greenhouse gas. I think this type of project has good potential to be implemented also in Chile. This project generates steam by introducing boiler powered by biomass mixed with biogas. These biofuels are provided from fruit processing factory. The project also can avoid methane emission by burning them properly. Then I will move on to the project trend of JCM model project in total. This chart shows an accumulated number of projects by sector of energy saving, blue one, renewable energy, orange one, and others for all the model projects. By the pie chart on top, you can see that energy saving and renewable energy sectors dominate. As a recent trend, number of renewable energy projects has been increasing and it adds up to 100. In this renewable energy sector, photovoltaic system count the most of 74 projects equal to about 74%, which constantly proposed from early stage of the model project. The second count is mini hydro system, then biopower generation system. In this sector, these are wind power system and geothermal power generation system. So renewable energy projects tend to contribute to mass reduction of greenhouse gas, and we anticipate to have more projects and welcome to add variation in this field. This chart shows all energy saving projects proposed till now. There is a lot of technologies selected for JCM model project. Most utility equipment are covered by technology proposed for the JCM model project. They are boiler, chiller, transformer, pump, air compressor, inverter, and so on. Also, it has air conditioning system and their controller LED lighting system for building. As for production line in factories, injection molding machine to mold plastic, aeration system for sewage, autoclave, looming machine, stranding machine to produce wire, equipment for corrugated carton, heat exchanger, and so on. The important point of this category is that they are effective in the industrial field and useful for factories. These projects save energy efficiently by minimizing the usage of power or heat and reduce energy cost. That is important and fascinating for management of factories or plant. Then let's move on to the project trend in Chile. This is a project summary sheet for Latin America. This area has 18 model projects. That is about 88% of the project in all partner countries. Among countries in Latin America, Chile dominates with the number of projects of more than 60%. And this is a trend chart by sector. You can see that renewable energy has been adding these years also in this region. This is the number of projects by year in Chile. All the projects in Chile are renewable energy sector, orange color. Other than rice husk power project selected in 2019, all the projects are solar power projects. To add more variation of technology, we continue to support to create new projects in other sectors such as energy efficiency, waste to energy, and transportation. So, conclusion of my presentation. In many areas, the technology of model project has been applied. Lighting in retail store, solar power system on shopping mall, heat pump in hotel, and variety production equipment in factories in industrial field. We have already introduced many systems for utility field, solar power system on reservoir, methane gas recovering system, rice husk power generation, waste to power generation, also in transportation area. As you can see with these pictures, JCM model project is effective for international promotion of infrastructures. So you have a lot of opportunity to make use of this model project to accelerate the reduction infrastructure in Chile. This shows representative participants for JCM model project. There are many Japanese companies taking part in this scheme, so you can refer to it for to have contact with Japanese participants. So COVID-19 have been imposing trying time to people in Japan, people in Chile, and everyone around the world. The JCM model project also have been affected by this pandemic. However, project participants try hard to complete their project on time, even in this pandemic. We support participants towards completion of their project successfully. It is true that COVID-19 limits us to some extent. However, we keep our activity going, not to let the action of greenhouse gas emission reduction for our precious environment. Now the sun is rising, I think. We're eager to visit Chile again for discussion, site inspection, or occasion like this seminar. So hopefully I can meet you all directly in Chile for the next moment. So I'm happy if my presentation helps you better understanding of the JCM model project. Thank you for your patience. Muchas gracias. ありがとうございました。